Nice. Look at you. Already on it.
That's
Good
right.
job.
I reckon so. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah.
It's just Tom tonight, guys.
That's right. Surprise.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Oh, did mine?
It should already be there. There
Trying
it
to work
is.
that. Oh yeah, mine hasn't come on yet. Oh, there we are. Now I can
Nice.
see. Oh, let me turn that down.
Yep.
That's gonna be weird. Okay.
Very cool.
All right.
All right. We got a Mark Curtis in here.
We're in business. Hello, Mark Curtis. Oh, look, and now I got the notification too.
Oh, nice.
It's all,
Yeah,
it's
see?
all working.
That's how I know you're a real fan, because you have your notifications turned
That's
on.
right. You know what though? So I do have, what's the subscriber or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's on my other account. And so I come in, I'm like, I see all the guys that I'm like, oh, I don't have the little thing saying I'm a member.
Yeah. See, how are you supposed to get these little crowns next to your name?
Yeah, I know,
you
right?
know?
I tried to figure out like how to switch it over, but then I lost interest. I was
Yeah,
like, whatever.
right.
I'm subscribed there, so we'll be all right.
Let's see, we
All
got
right.
Gavin McKenna checking in. Haven't been able to catch one of these in forever. Well, I'm glad you can make it, sir.
Yeah.
A good time for it, leading up to Alumni Weekend.
Gary Ferron, hello. Dale Woodmansey, did I get that
Yeah.
right? Hopefully I did.
Yeah.
All right, hello. Joey, there we go. Jonathan Webb, William S., howdy.
Hello, everybody.
Adam Hall, hello, sir.
We have a lot of the usuals here in the peanut gallery already.
Yeah, the book came through. We're already
Oh, yeah.
little foreshadowing. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Yeah. And we picked up on it. Good eye.
Let's see. All right. Well, speaking of a great book, where is the birthday? Oh, it is Tim's birthday. That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
he is.
man.
He's probably recovering from the experience he got at the Mexican restaurant, thanks to one student here who found out it was his birthday because someone named Joey told them that Tim's birthday was.
Nice. Well played, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Well played.
Nice. Let's see. Aim for Survival is here. What's going on, man?
Tattooed fucker.
Yeah,
Hello.
hell yeah. Garrett Madsen. That's the first time he said anything to me all day.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been here helping out, and he just
Wow.
he just sent it all through text. Anyway,
That's how these kids are communicating these days.
so Tom already knows this. You guys don't know it, but I haven't read any more of the books. Apparently because I went on vacation, allegedly.
Alleged vacation.
And then after the alleged vacation, I'll have to come up with another excuse by next week. But
Yeah, because that's what it was like. Oh, we're all planned. We're dialed in.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yep, I'm coming. You're like, oh, by the way, I can't. I was like, dude, all you had to do was say, I didn't read, man. Just
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I get this
I know.
vacation stuff. I was like,
like
all
you,
right,
you
whatever.
saw right through it, so I didn't even have to spend the money on this tan or anything
Yeah.
like that. I could have just
Spray
owned
tan,
up to
spray
it.
tan.
Yeah.
I know.
But even though I didn't read it, you've been
So-
on your reread.
Yes. Well, so I've listened to it.
re-listen.
I think listened to it twice, and now I have the hard copy. And here's I mentioned the cheat code earlier.
Okay,
right?
I'm excited
So,
for it.
and this is something I'm like, if you're not doing this now, you probably should be. At least my opinion is AI.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to my man Chat
Yep.
and said, hey, give me the summary, and it's about the prompting. So I was like 3 to 5 bullet points, and give me the thing because I'm going on live stream.
Yeah.
And so my man Chat spit it out for me. So, which again, I have read it. I have. I've done the thing, so I'm not completely cheating. Now I will say, and if we got time or whatever, or the next time up, but I thought for James's book.
Oh yeah.
But and so it did, and so that's just like the cheat code.
And that's
so
very
you
cool.
can kind of and even if you do it ahead of time to like to kind of be looking for those things. And so I haven't even gone through that. I just told Chat to
That's really
spit
cool.
it out, and I figured I should be able to somewhere get the book, and I'll read that one next.
Yeah.
And we can wear that one. out.
Yeah.
So anyone has anyone else out there read this? Come on, chime in.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
been
No,
on
we have a
Violence
few of them
Mind?
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dale's on his second listen of it.
Okay, right on.
Who was it that mentioned about it earlier? It was another someone here already. Oh, that was the better Joey. He he's talked
Yeah.
about it. So
We saw it on the table.
Adam
yeah.
Hall I know has read it, and
Yeah.
then we have a few guys here in the team room have read it as well.
Yeah. So yeah, this one is. I mean, it really like for me opened my eyes, and I've seen like in the book like myself have been like that guy. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
But
We've
so-
talked a little bit about that, like
Yeah.
like the eye-opening stuff from
Yeah.
especially those early lessons in it.
Yeah, and then the next one is good too. His the Beyond.
I know. I'm enjoying the book. I'm
Yeah.
just apparently super lazy and don't want to read. So
I don't know. I was talking earlier. I mentioned earlier about this, and so when I listen to it, I got to have it on like speed and a half. And it just the you know the way he writes, and then the way he's reading it, and the way it sounds, it cracks. Some of the stuff just cracks me up, especially when it's going a little fast. I'm like, oh man, all right, but. So I don't even know where were we at.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'd have to look at your bullet points.
Yeah, right.
We made it through some of section 2.
I think did we get into section 2
We
with
did
training?
last
fundamentals
time
training?
we talked. Yep.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, so like I said, we can just go through principle-based training over the rote training techniques. So he talks about that, and that's good stuff. And then I like this one too. It differentiates advanced from specialized.
Oh, okay.
And that's where he took. So we hear advanced, but and what we think of is like the CQB stuff, and he's saying that's more like a specialized thing,
Right. Yeah.
because it's all just those fundamentals, and so that's kind of a training-ism, I guess.
Yeah.
So and really just the understanding of it,
Right.
Like if you go to like advanced fighting pistols, it's, there are some more things in it. But really, what are you trying to do is just execute those fundamentals, and it's just being able to do other things with your thought process, other than like, oh man, I gotta, 1, 2, 3, am I pushing, am I up, and so you've got that stuff down enough that now your mind can process like what's going on. Can you see us?
Yeah.
So but that's he talks about that stuff. Validating skills through realistic training, which that he was more on about like your force on force. That's where you can validate stuff. And he talks a lot about is it that one? But some of the like the different things as far as just principles, like you're using hands or whatever whatever weapon you're using doesn't matter. It's just some of those fighting principles.
Let's see.
Yeah, the perception. Yeah, so emphasize closing the gap between perception and reality in high stress simulations. So back to the force on force stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just and being able to like I said, that's what being rehearsed enough or trained enough that you don't have to think about the process to employ whatever device.
Right.
And so you can problem solve instead of like, oh man, do I need to do the thing?
Okay.
So.
We've got a Scott Wexler. Hello, Scott. Hello.
Yep. So, that one. So then, chapter 8, other training consideration.
I'm curious. What are your I know ChatGPT gave you your big takeaways for but so for the advanced versus specialized, what's your personal takeaway from that? Does that change how you view classes now?
No, just a different understanding. Okay, that makes sense. And and two, who you're getting training from. And kind of that perception about the guys, when you start, some of it he talks somewhere in here, but about your instructor selection,
right?
And we lean towards the guy was a cop, military, which and what he's talking about is our violent criminal and their upbringing and I mean. And it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Talk about, our prisons are a gladiator school. That's, you look at law enforcement, they come from, part of society that's not necessarily adverse from violence, but it's not our go-to.
Yeah.
And same thing with soldiers. And then in addition to that, you have a logistics behind you. That you're supplied with the firearm, body armor, other dudes with guns that'll come screaming in with lights or crew served weapons on the top.
Right.
So it's a different in that mindset and the level of violence. Talks about a lot of these in his story in particular also that grew up with the violence.
Yeah. Yep.
And so that that's how things get done. And it's glorified in the culture versus more, I guess, more towards a mainstream society is like, yeah, we're not necessarily gonna, we may fight here and there and scrap, but it's
Right,
not like
right.
I'm gonna, my intent is to murder.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, so it's an interesting take and some and is that anyway, it's kind of going through, but and with that talks about the camouflage, and not only camouflage and like not printing, but your capabilities.
Yeah, we talked about that last
Yeah.
week. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
or whatever last time you were
couple- yeah,
on.
the
But
last
yeah,
time,
like
yeah.
like not letting them know what you're capable of.
Yeah,
that's
and like
yeah.
walking around all switched on, and
Yeah,
you're like, oh, my bear, you're like pie in the,
Yeah.
pie in the grocery store aisles. Like, what is this?
Sure.
Stores are dangerous, but then yes, the validation, the other considerations. That's pretty good. Talking about and that's was doing the sport fighting versus fight training, and so that talking about a lot of the. Guys get into like, do the competition. It's the best thing. And,
Right,
and he's
right.
like, yeah, not so
Okay,
much. And you
good.
can't, and there are things to learn from doing the competition.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily fighting.
Right.
So, and that was good. And then he talks about the wood shedding, which is, I want to say I'd heard that before, but the concept is you just like isolate. He compares it to like a guitarist or a musician. Like they just go into the woodshed and like on their own practice the thing,
Right.
and then come out and like bah,
Yeah.
it's all good. So he talks about that. Yeah, just do it, and for your training. And I've seen not like that, but like for your dry practice, like all the ammo out,
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
quiet, no phone is out,
Mm-hmm.
no interruptions. And so that's kind of that wood shedding
Oh,
principle.
okay. Yeah. See, I haven't heard the term
Yeah.
wood shedding. So for you guys
Yeah.
who don't know, like whenever I was taking, which class was I taking? Student of the Guns instructor course, and I had to give a presentation, a talk over the effects of practice or how to efficiently practice, and that's when I really dove deep into the unconscious incompetence,
Yeah.
conscious incompetence,
Yeah.
the conscious competence, and unconscious competence. And what I ended up finding out with that is the more focused you can make your practice,
Yeah.
the better it is. So if you were going
Yeah.
like if you want to get really good at something, it's not good enough to go to the range and just shoot a bunch.
Yeah.
Like do 15 minutes of practice every day, like focused on a skill,
Yeah.
will be better than 2 hours once a week,
Yeah.
like with who knows what all over the place,
Yeah.
like scattershot, right?
Yeah,
So,
super hyper focused on the thing that you're trying to do, and then
Yep.
that's where that until it's that mastery.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
unconscious competence that we're going for. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Very cool.
All right, yeah, I mentioned the like button. You
Yeah,
haven't-
Scott's
you
doing our job
haven't- you
for
haven't
us.
smashed that thing. You're wrong.
Let's see. DeWalt says Varg's third book is about to get published.
Oh, nice.
Or printed, I should say. Let's see. Someone asked something else. Any chance of TR coming back to Arizona? Yeah, there is a chance. We haven't been there in 2 years now. There seems to be a little bit of a demand for it. So I'll reach out to our host and see what we can do about getting something scheduled for 2026 out there for sure. I'm just trying to make 2026 like the travel year, apparently. Like we got New Jersey, we've got where are we at already? We've already got a bunch of stuff scheduled for 2026, or maybe it's just in the talks. So anyway,
All right, I'm taking the note there. We got first 30 seconds.
first 30 seconds.
Yeah, by Ed Monk.
Ah, looky there. There you go. Let's see. Liberty Seekers here. Hello, sir. Hey, man, are you making it down for Alumni Weekend this year? I know it's a bit of a drive for you. It's Garrett. Garrett, you could have just said that out loud. No, he did that. He did that for you guys in chat. He wanted you to be able to get that as well. Let's see. Don't take the time, make the time. Okay. Let's see. Listening and packing a bag for Alumni Weekend. Hell yeah, I like
Nice.
it. Practice is very minimal. Yeah, but again, that falls into that. If you can, again, 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, or even 5.
Even 5, yeah, yeah.
Those 5 minutes. Yeah.
The consistency and focused practice is where you're going to make your improvement.
Yep.
Yeah, Gavin saying come back to Arizona. All right, very cool. I'm working on helping with that, Joey. I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure, guys. Excellent.
You guys know how it works to get a class out there.
Yeah.
Fire it up, man.
Yeah. If one of you guys want to host us instead, you just let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, we normally go out there. What range did we use last time? I can't even remember the name of it. But yeah, if you guys have a range somewhere in Arizona, yeah, hit us up.
Yeah, I would recommend mid or northern Arizona, depending on, well, actually any time of the year.
Yeah, we do.
So, you guys go down south somewhere.
Yeah, we're right outside of Tucson
Oh,
typically.
That's like definitely deep into the winter, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that.
Oh, damn. Is Ben, who hosted us last time, the guy who owns that gun shop?
I believe so.
Okay, excellent. Y'all want to come up to the sim range in northern Ohio for the fight? Maybe fight at night? Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a spot for us for the force on force stuff, yeah, I'm absolutely down for getting that scheduled. Yep.
Yeah. Make sure you let me know. I may travel to role play.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah. You're probably jonesing for it at this point.
Take Juicy on the road, man.
He's like, that's my release.
Yeah. No, it is. I mean, and I say that all the time after the classes is like, come back and role play, because I mean, you just, to see like how other people like solve the problem.
Yeah.
And to realize like, all right, I'm not so goofy as to my way wasn't as bad as or
yeah.
like, okay, but no, I mean you get a lot of different reps in on things. So yeah, if you get a chance to role play, do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
All right, what else you got for it? Or how much you want to dive into it this week?
Yeah. Well, we get to section 3, the conditioning and the orientation is good stuff.
Okay.
But so back up to chapter 9, talked about physical fitness and your skill training and how that your physical fitness level does play in it, and it's also for your brain functioning too.
Right.
The more physically fit you are, the better your brain is going to work.
The eye opener for that is if you haven't taken like a class like ECQC or something like that, dude. Like as soon as you start, like as soon as another human being has their hands on you, and you have to resist their will, like you get gassed quick. Very fast. So if you're like, I'll be all right, like, I don't know, man.
So I when I went to there's a drill or part of the class in the police academy was, you and another recruit, or they put you on your knees with boxing gloves, and you have to like just go hard for a minute. And it's like, oh man, it's like, oh, just like, no, they're gonna fail me if I don't keep my hands up. And it was for me, it was kind of hilarious. Because I turned 42, I guess, 42 or 43 in during the academy, but and so I wasn't the oldest guy, but one of the oldest guys, and the guy that I wound up having to fight, I had went to high school with his mother.
Oh wow, damn!
and he was pretty yoked. And I was like, oh man, and it was funny because I didn't think about it, but some of the other students were like, oh man, is he gonna have to fight the old guy's fighting the young guy? But the instructors are like, is he gonna pick who he fights at on the out on the street as a cop? You're like, nah, man, you're. So I like, and I ain't gonna. That dude wore me out, man.
It's your story now.
No, man.
So then I had to call his mom and say I kicked her son's ass.
No, it was. But I mean, that stuff will humble you, man.
Oh, for sure.
Especially being on your knees, just like, man, it was good times. So. Oh man, you had some long comments.
Yeah. There's a few of them in there.
All right. Make sure.
Let's see. Dawn is teaching structure ops up there in September. Okay. Yep. Role playing is the way. Let's see. William S. would love to help. Ben and Larry are MIA in Tucson. Damn. Okay. Yeah. See, I thought there was something going on with that. Let's see. Gavin's going through Jack Donovan's work and Stoicism as well, but I'll definitely get the Varg Freeborn books ASAP. Yeah, you should. And then that way you can read them, and I will still not read them.
Well, you figure
I'll invite you on the live stream,
and then you can get it all through osmosis.
That's right. Yeah. Vicariously. Let's see. We could do the fight at night in an abandoned shopping center in Mansfield. If you ignore the mold and asbestos, we got evicted out of there over 2 years ago. Damn. Nice. That's funny. Strength and conditioning for defense. Very cool.
Nice. That'll be good.
Yeah, and then Joey's apparently working on one of those as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, because that's kind of where where I'm at right now is a lot of the reading on this, and then with the physical fitness portion, I'm like, all right, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the process now of how much. Anyway, I was looking at like at least 80 pounds I need to lose, and
Yeah.
so and then and part of what I'm doing is. With it's called the 12-week year, and that's Brian Moran.
Okay.
So him and some other dude, but so anyway, as far as like time management, and basically the gist of it is you plan 12 weeks as being a year. And so it's
okay.
a process that I'm learning. I'm like, all right, I like this. So, and that's, we're like focusing on just those tasks to get that, whatever goals you set in that year. So, yeah.
I was wrong. Joey's not working on it. That's Varg's description for his upcoming book. All right, listen, man. I already told you I don't read very much. Come on, man. All right. Let's see. What else? What else we got? Because I know Andrew and Kayla are wanting to have a chance to chit chat at everybody up here.
Oh man, you're gonna give me the boot. All right.
Yeah. I gotta pull the hook out.
Sad. I think I ought to stay and you go.
Yeah, listen, sign me up.
Just saying, man.
So it looks like you and Andrew take over.
Yeah.
Right on. Like, so who are these guys? What? Yeah. No, I think that's pretty overall of like, there's a lot in here to read in this book. And like considerations, and talking about the just some of the stuff about kind of the looking down on the criminal element. And again, his focus is that predator in that. It's like it's wolves. And that's the ones that you're really training for, not not necessarily that guy that is kind of petty and the petty criminals. You're talking about the murderous violence dude. So
we talk a lot about that, and I've heard it from other instructors as well. But if you imagine like a hierarchy, the guys at the top of the pyramid are who we're training for. Because the guys at the base of it, like you, just with your head up looking around, and maybe if we probably already said this on the last live stream, but if you're with your head up and looking around, that's enough to dissuade them. And then maybe
that just came to my mind. So he talks about that assessment versus selection. Target assessment versus, and so that's kind of one of the things. Like if this is the guy, you like doing that, like trying to be that hard target,
right?
You may wind up getting challenged, and it's going to be that guy at the top. So you better be on your game too. If that, but he's like, it's a fine like line to walk. To conceal your capabilities and not be like challenging,
right?
Because that's like the whole point of it is to like be unnoticed, kind of like, okay, I'm gonna, but that's what he talks about with the ambush,
right?
Is what it is. So but and he's not saying to not be aware, but it goes to that over the edge, like I'm pieing the corners and the so but he talks about that. I think that's how he put it, was an assessment or selection. So
right.
In fact, did my man Chat? Did he hook me up with that? Mindset.
Nice.
And,
I like that you call it Chat. That's a good nickname for Chat Jippity. That's a good one.
I think it's the I've been seeing a lot of the Sasquatch videos come up. There's all AI, and that's him and the Stormtrooper ones. Those things are killing. It's hilarious. But that's he's like, Chat. I don't. We're cooked. Like, all right. All right.
See. What do we got here? So, we got. John says he misses James. You guys are doing great carrying the torch. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. Scott D. Walt. Don Edwards is doing his Shoot House Level 1 there later this year. So this is talking about Don's class. Have you guys ever thought about doing an AK only?
I'd love to.
Kayla said she would. For sure.
I'll absolutely run an AK only 5 class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, tell them, send us an email.
Yeah.
We'll get it put together.
Yeah. Who wants to sign up for an AK only? At least then, if we did an AK only, fighting rifle class, when we do the team drills,
Yeah.
like no one's ever the asshole.
Yeah.
Because nothing's worse than like when two dudes have to get paired up and like
Yeah.
one's got an AK, one's got the AR, one of them runs out of ammo, and it's like, I can't give you, sorry, buddy.
One's got the AK and
Yeah.
the other one's just wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of them too. Very cool. All right, well, you know what, Tom? I think we
right.
did our time. We're right at 25 minutes. We'll cut it right in half for everybody
All
else.
right, perfect. Well, so if you're on here
Yes,
and
do
you
your
don't
thing.
know, I am running for Congress, the U.S. House of Representatives in Tennessee's 4th Congressional District. If you would be so kind as to go over to the Facebook and find me, Tom Davis for Congress, like the page. I don't think Facebook does the notifications, but I'm doing
Yeah.
like I tag, but like everything you see, like and share and comment, and even go back to some of the other posts and like and help out because I'm big on let's get rid of the 1934 National Firearms Act, 1960, all the infringements, and we've already made some progress, but there's more to do. So.
Yeah.
And one of your own, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, we saw that with Isaac and the NRA, and so that's how you got to do it is take it down from within or build it back up from within would be a better description. So yeah, that would be awesome if I could get all you guys out there on the if you don't have a Facebook, go create one
Just for
that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, the Facebook has been hilarious for me because I follow some of the Democrat and the liberal stuff, and now this stuff is all in my feed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not even funny, man.
You got an algorithm, man.
Yes, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, at least be funny with this stuff. This is hateful, man.
So if you guys, even if you're not in the area, like if you don't live here, follow Tom on the social media stuff, help him out. And all that good stuff because that's the age we live in.
Yeah.
Like, just like when we're hounding you guys to like the videos and stuff like that, ends up mattering. So make sure you follow Tom.
Yeah, and
Give him a like and follow, all
that's
that good
where
stuff.
my focus on the campaign right now is the socials,
Yeah.
the social campaign, and start wearing it out because that's the most cost effective.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, unless you just happen to want to donate, then you can go to or contribute, go to Win Red, and you can find me there under Tennessee's 4th Congressional District.
For the low cost of
Yes.
$1 million.
Yeah, $1 million. No, actually, I think $3,300 is still the max you can contribute. But the likes, the shares, do that, and hit the YouTube, my channel there, Tom Davis T4. All right, thanks.
Yeah, we just
What is it? Until the next one.
Shuffling around.
Keep your powder dry.
Give your phone, Andrew, to pull comments.
My phone's like practically dead.
So is mine. I'm at like 3%.
No, I can grab it. Hey, Joey, you mind just unplugging the thing over there? And
He's
bringing it-
Tom said we can use his.
Oh, well,
we
thank
got
you,
it.
sir.
Tom's awesome. Yeah, so Heather accidentally ran over her phone, like it come out of the tractor and it got ran over. And then, so she's texting me and she's like, I'm not ignoring you. Like, my phone's broken from the company phone. And then later that afternoon, mine just decided to stop charging. So both of us started having issues on the same day.
Okay, gear advice that I think matters. Have a second cell phone and a second line so that when you break your phone, you just turn that one on and use it. Like,
Look, not all of us got money like that, okay?
No, like, I mean,
Like
it
two lines with
depends on-
Verizon is $200 a month.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. I have Cricket. It's an extra $5.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like my total bill is like $100, maybe a little bit more a month. But it's like Ashley, she does, myhealthysoap.com. Buy her soap.
Yeah,
And then-
it's really, really good.
It's healthy soap. If you're not using it, you're actually killing your body. So just so you know.
Use that soap, and then like the soap will make your skin feel like squeaky clean because it literally is getting you squeaky clean. You just have to replenish body oils when you get out. Like that's all you gotta do. Make sure that you are like replenishing the oil.
Yeah, well, it's like, but her thing is, right now, she just had this huge nightmare ordeal where she broke her phone, found her old phone, literally broke it the same way, and then she orders an iPhone, like the mega super expensive one, gets lost in shipping, and then today she had to drive back to a place. Like, it was this whole ordeal she told me about, and on top of that, with that phone that she got lost in shipping, she got a refund. it's gonna take 5 days. So
Yep.
like, you know, $1,800 5 days later is when she's gonna get. Like, and I feel bad because I was on the road. I have a second phone. It's in my glove box right now, and I'm just like, man, I'm like, I wish I had left it with
two
her.
spare phones.
No, well, I think it's per
So-
phone per person.
Hilarious story, really quick, before we get into the like meat and potatoes of what me and Andrew want to talk about. I was driving through the McDonald's one night, and I get a text message from a number I don't currently have saved in my cell phone. And the text message that comes through says, "Hey, this my hoe phone, save my number." I responded back, "I don't know who the fuck you think you're texting, like why I would belong in a hoe phone, but no thank you." And I immediately get, "This is your fucking dad. Like, just put me in your phone." Like, it was a joke. So now every time I hear, like, the Kevin Gates song, Two Phones, I think about my dad last, because he started singing that song to me when I come in the night. I got 2 phones. I was like, yep. So, yeah.
I love Kevin Gates.
I do too.
Yeah.
I went and seen him in concert. Like,
Oh, really?
Mhm.
You seen him?
yeah.
Damn. You know, do you know who Young Dolph is? John Willis met him.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was at the gas station right by
Like,
his place.
I love rap music.
Yeah.
Like,
I was telling
all
Gary
of
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
I was just talking to our cops about gangster rap today. But, all right, ready?
Yes.
Yes.
So, what are you guys doing on Friday? Because if you are anywhere near Camden, you should come and let Andrew instruct you and be my classmate, because I'm taking your pistol cheat codes on Friday in Camden.
Yep. So pistol cheat codes. Actually, not a cool thing. If you're not on libertv.com, well, here's another reason to. I filmed a basic pistol cheat codes DVD that I'm gonna go through and edit. Like, hopefully I can get that done tonight, but I ain't gonna promise that.
Right.
But we'll get that up right away. It's a shortened version. Where I tried to keep it like kind
He's
of
like, I'm going to do max 20 minutes, like 24 minutes. He's like, okay, this will take 2. Like, okay, 9 minutes later.
yeah.
But it's still, I think you got it under an hour and a half total.
Yeah, probably that. But I was just at Tap Rack Ridge in Kentucky. Check that place out. Lots of good training going on there. You guys are going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going back. Combat Art Summit, September 27th, 28th. That's going to be there. But I filmed the full length. It's probably going to be a 5-hour training DVD. Looking at the amount of time I got in the thing right now. But yeah, then the class itself is going on Friday. You're going to be there. Don Edwards said he was going to be there. Several guys over here are going to be there.
Charles,
Joey.
and then Josh is going to be in there. Garrett, you're doing pistol cheat codes. So you get to train with a really cool, like me, and then a decent group of people. Like, no.
No, it's going to be a blast.
It is. It's I'm very excited. It's like, I enjoy taking the classes because you do come away learning stuff. But like, I have fun taking the classes because most of the classes that like I'm going to learn stuff from are other like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
And it's just like, home away from home.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you bond with people in gun classes like you don't in a lot of other stuff.
Right.
Because and specifically like the martial gun classes, because you're the outcast at home, like nobody else feels like you do, and you're like, these people know me, they get me. So.
But yeah, it's the class. It's a skills class, heavy in like how to develop your technique, diagnose your technique, and further develop your technique. And we're gonna do a lot of one-handed shooting. So it's not just like this hand doesn't work, I use this hand. It's like, I'm going to use this hand so I can move that way. I can use cover better. But like it's heavy on skills in that sense. And, because it's I had other classes I used to teach, and I was like, man, they're meant to be fighting classes. Wasn't spending time on the how to shoot your gun. And I went to several performance classes, guys like Jared Rustin, Connect Consulting, Green Line stuff, and I was trying to get like all their info, and that's what I put into this. The one thing though is like there's not a lot of like how to shoot your gun well one-handed. That's just not really a thing out there. That's very common. And I'm not gonna say we're gonna
Before fighting pistol, I don't know if there were classes that in the class you would shoot your gun one-handed.
Right.
Like, I don't know if that existed.
Yeah, and the other thing,
like, I know that you could, but like, I don't know if there were people who actually had it in the curriculum. Like, maybe primary hand. There would not, like, I don't know if I've ever done an offhand only drill in any other class prior to them knowing about what we do in fighting pistol.
Right.
Like, because I trained with other people before they all come to tactical response. So, like, I've seen the evolution, and that was not always a part of training curriculum.
Right.
Until we did it here.
Well, it's also like, you know, like something we've talked about before on the live streams we did is like, go try to find videos of people teaching you how to shoot on the move, but while you're actually like moving fast, you know, that's not really a thing out there, you know, and like, and then guys shooting one-handed, but like we'll say fast, but like at a higher level, not just making hits, you know,
guys
but, like,
shooting accurately and quickly.
yeah, like I'm fighting with this gun.
Subgun Garrett over there.
Yeah, Submachine Garrett.
Submachine Garrett.
Man, he was running me through some of the drills that he designed, and he has some fun ones, like especially for shooting on the move stuff, because that's been the thing I've been chasing the most. And of course, he uses a way smaller target, you know, and it's super challenging. He's got some good drills. If you come to alumni weekend, like pick Garrett's brain on all shooting stuff. Really good. Right. Yeah. And then so during alumni, I'll pimp my stuff real quick. Saturday, I'm gonna be doing a class on like how to supplement.
Let's talk alumni really quick. Give the schedule for the weekend and what we have added in.
Okay.
So for those of you wondering, alumni is going to start out Friday night at the Elks Lodge here in Camden. That's where we used to do the NRA dinner stuff. They have like a cash bar area, so you can't bring your outside drinks this time because like they serve drinks there. They are decently priced. Just that's what it is. We are going to provide dinner. That is what the charge is for. Like if you go through the website, is if you're going to eat. Saturday morning, we will meet at the Brick Fairgrounds building in Camden at 0700 because we'll do all of our moving and getting people to the places they need to go by 8. That's when everything officially starts. And then the groups will do the whole switcheroo thing like they do every year. And then Andrew was talking today when we were out filming and was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. What do you think? And I was like, don't put it on just for me, but if it works, I want to be there. And I went over and I mentioned it to the shotgun class, and they were all like, yeah, I want in. So tell them what it's gonna be.
Yeah, so like I've been doing gunfight club with my students down in Florida, and it's been a really great thing. So it's like it's a little chance to get some force on force in, and also to kind of experiment with drills. And there's some games that we play. So one of them, like assuming everyone's in a good mood, it's still like a force on force game. So, but one of them is called Secret Active Shooter. It's a game. Okay.
So is that like Mafia, but with an active shooter?
I didn't have friends when I was a kid. I didn't play that. So, but it's basically like this. It's all right. We're gonna stay in one area. There's no talking allowed. Good guys get one shot. Bad guy gets a full mag. He needs to shoot all the good guys. And so you're going to be in a tight circle. I come up, I put a hand on each of you. And if I squeeze you 3 times, that means you're the active shooter. Then you got to let it breathe. As in, like, after I say begin for like a minute, you guys are just positioning yourselves. I encourage you to go to covert ready. It's a game. Again, a game, not a scenario, but there is training value in it. I tell them, hey, if you think like Charles is the active shooter, go ahead and shoot him before he whips you out.
No, because that's only the one shot.
Yeah.
Oh, no, hold on.
Game.
Quit are you allowed to beat them to death with it?
No, well, it's so you see
Like, I
a-
use my shot, so can I turn the gun into a hammer?
No. After that one shot, keep moving.
So just don't get shot. Can
Yeah, keep moving, and I would want you to stay aimed in with your finger on, and
So since it
coming off.
is just a game,
Yeah, it's a
and
game.
there is no moral code in a game,
Yeah.
then you can use other people for like human shields.
Well, I discourage that because that could be a bad training scar, you know. But sure, I guess, you know, maybe, but it's like it's really funny because sometimes guys will be like convinced, like, oh fuck, Tom's the active shooter, and then pop, and they just shoot Tom, and then afterwards they're like, why did you shoot Tom? They're like, I thought, you know, but like,
Look at him. Doesn't that say enough? Like,
but like at the end of it, like I've ran it several times. It like
he said, "Are you bringing enough airsoft for this?"
no. I get it. If you want to buy one on your way, go to my website. Click on the Proving Grounds pistol class, and then there's an Amazon link. You can order it.
So that
know,
needs
but
to
I
happen
have- yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Because even if you got Prime, you still ain't getting it till Friday or Saturday morning. So if you guys need to ship something, you can go ahead and ship it to the team room address. Just put like care of tactical response so that my mom knows to bring it downstairs.
Yeah. But I have a bunch. I have a bunch of masks. You guys got a ton of masks, so we can also run like, you know, like 8 people at once or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Saturday, I'm gonna be doing a thing on how to supplement your training and practice with airsoft because, you know, like I know it was really frowned upon, but like they've gotten pretty good.
They have.
You know?
And you have to work with what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And when all the sim stuff started going crazy, like with the laws where you couldn't import sim rounds, then people started taking airsoft more seriously because it was like, if we don't have anything else, we've got to make this work. And then we're like, oh, this kind of works okay, and you still get enough value out of it. And how much cheaper is airsoft than sim rounds?
Oh
like,
my
holy
God.
shit.
Yeah, Proving Grounds pistol, I'd have to like add $500 to it if I were using UTM.
Yeah,
you know?
like the force on force paint marking rounds are expensive.
Yeah.
And you can do so many, like I think of airsoft as like the dry practice of like force on force.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's like there's some things like guys will end up cranking off more rounds than they would if they had a UTM or like a normal paint mark and force on force round. That is a thing. So it's kind of like you have to understand that there's some things like that happening, but at the same time, if we're just practicing like moving, shooting, and even like just simply dueling each other, like how many times have you practiced your draw stroke under pressure where you want to get the first hit on him and he wants to get the first hit on you? Because like
a lot in the shoot.
Oh yeah. But like, I mean, for everyone watching, like how often do you get to do that?
Yeah.
You know? So like literally you could invest like, let's say $500 on 2 guns, some masks, and some of the stuff. And you could just have a buddy coming over, cover, and we just do like, hey, you stay on that side, I stay on this side, we're just gonna work cover and work the angles on each other. Lots of value in that.
Certainly.
When
I took a class with Dave Biggers, we ran airsoft guns in that class, and that was learning the angles. He used like targets with balloons in them, and like
was that red zone?
Red zone.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't remember the name of the class. Red zone. Yeah, I took that class, and that was with airsoft. Like there is value in it, as long as you understand what's happening. Like. There is tons of value in it.
Yeah, and I know James was like, no, don't use that. But that was like, 10, 12 years ago, So it's like they've gotten a lot better. And even just if you got just for like a dry fire, dry practice type tool, like it'd be worth it. I dropped $1,000 on my airsoft M4, but you think about it like this. I put 3,000 BBs through that in a week, just getting better at shooting on the move, switching hands, and just being more fluid with the rifle. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have to go to the range.
It's like shooting with a 22.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sweet. But so Saturday night, right?
Yes, Saturday night. And then after his class, we're going to do a bonfire out at the range. So if you don't want to be a part of the class, you can still come out there and just sit in the different area than the like soft pew pew stuff will be happening. And then Sunday we are back at the shop or not the shop. Sunday we are back. You'll start either at the range or at the Brick Fairgrounds building. We rented out the one that has AC in it. You're welcome. Like that would be like the most evil thing that we could have done is put alumni on the schedule in July and then rent out a building that had no air.
Or you could be like me and make them take a class in Florida in July.
No, I took scope carbine at the end of last month. At like great class.
Yeah.
Great class. Like we've got I did a review on it. Like Dakota's still editing the footage for it right now. But like I am not the same person I was in my 20s. Like I was used to functioning super dehydrated because I drank all the time.
Yeah.
I don't drink now.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to functioning dehydrated.
Yeah.
And even staying on top of it, because I drank probably 90-something ounces over the course of 5 hours while we were out there. Like, even staying on top of it, I just felt like shit after. So, the first day I drank over 190 ounces and still felt like shit. And then the second day it was making me a little bit nauseous, so I slowed it way down. But the second day was not near as humid. Humidity matters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was funny, like, because, I'll drive. This is 12 hours north for me. But, like, going up to, like, I went to Ohio. And so I stopped in Kentucky at Taprack Ridge. And I'm like, damn, it's pretty nice out over here. They're like, oh, my God. So I'm like, no, it's like, it's a lot nicer without that humidity.
Yeah.
One thing for that, too, guys, bring some sea salt with you whenever you go to class. Like, just sprinkle some of that in your water. It's like, it's got the electrolytes.
Yep.
Everything plants crave.
And then after Sunday, if you have 2 extra days to stick around, you can take Tactical Response's first ever offered Red Dot class. I will also be a student in that one because, like, I'm OG. Like, I've been running Big Dots since Big Dots were existed, and I haven't changed since because they fucking work and I know how to use them.
Do you have a red dot pistol?
There are red dot pistols here. I do not personally have one because I do well enough to change the batteries out in my flashlights. And then the last time that I shot a red dot pistol, Tim had one of the students in fighting pistol asked me to do a serpentine drill. And I still had my zombie killers in my gun, and I was like, hey Tim, can I use yours? He has a red dot on it. And I caught myself trying to go back and forth between the red dots and the irons. And I was like, shit, I am not using one of these until I am trained on it.
Yeah.
Because even though it is a cheat, if you don't know what you're doing, then it's not.
Yeah.
And iron sights are way easier.
Yeah, that's something I did talk about quite a bit in the video I filmed for Liber TV. But it's like it is different. Even if you guys
we have all our stuff muted.
Yeah, I don't know.
We would like somebody else to follow up and let us know if the sound went out.
It's good over there? Okay. Your sound went out, it looks like. But anyways, even if you're not going to carry a red dot pistol, I think you should have at least a slide to get some work in with it. Just simply because
it might help if you had your microphone on.
I thought you were putting it on the table because you want it there.
No, you just forgot to pick it up and put it on. Look at mine.
I didn't know.
Do as I do, not as I say. I'm not the government.
All right. Anyways, when your irons move, it kind of looks like this. It ain't much. But when the red dot moves, it's like, wow, what's going on, right? That same thing's happening with your irons. You just can't really see it. It seems exaggerated with the red dot.
It says it's cutting out more and more. Battery mic check. They were charged.
Someone look at the thing.
Testing.
Where's Joey?
Did Joey leave?
What the heck? Hey, check the volume again. Is it good? All right. It might just be getting weird. I don't know.
Yeah. We got Tim as it was the box itself was at 50% charge with these being all at 100%. So I apologize, guys. I'm going to hold mine up like this. Maybe my hair was doing something with it. I don't know.
It was probably you, not me.
Oh, speaking of which, Before Andrew tries to take credit for my idea,
What?
the bandolier that you made me.
When?
Charles, you gave me a bandolier
Oh, yeah.
a year ago. Charles has the bandolier. And he come up and I saw his AR mags and I was like, hey, do you have a chest rig for shotgun? And he was like, no. I was like, that will work. The shotgun cards will work in there. I said, or if you wanted to keep the AR mags in, you can put the Velcro on the front of it and just like Velcro the shotgun cards.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
That would be sweet. Yeah, like to sell as an actual item. Also, just so you guys know, I apologize. I'm way behind on nylon gear orders. Like, and it's gonna take me a while to get caught up. I had to do a bunch of repairs to the house. I had to move, and then I had to hit the road for 3 weeks. So I apologize. And also, I'm trying not to do as much nylon gear because I want to focus on teaching and video content because that's what matters. That's why I made nylon gear to afford to be able to teach.
But yeah, like it, I'm excited to take the red dot stuff.
Yeah.
I took, like running scoped carbine was the first time I'd ever shot with an LVPO.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I'd ever shot anything really magnified, in a class format. Like I had shot other stuff that had that on there, but actually being taught how to use it and what the stuff means and like, I know what dope means. Like, that was the first time then. And cause like I, did the pistol stuff and then the AK stuff. So I can run the fuck out of Glock 19s, like any Glock really, and AKs. Like ARs, I've just never enjoyed shooting them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's the same, like if I didn't enjoy it, then I was just like, but this other stuff is like what I would actually use if I ever needed to save a life.
Yeah.
So, like, do I have to get into the other stuff? But yeah, I do because I'm teaching more now. So now I have to, and I'm sucking it up and doing it.
Yeah, well, it's cool too because like you grab another setup and it's like you kind of figure out like some nuanced thing that you can apply to what you're doing. You know. Now, do you like scopes? No, I hate them.
Like I wear glasses, and it like every single layer of lens matters.
Yeah.
In scopes, and like adding this changed how I could see the scope. So I would take my glasses off, but then like overachiever putting righty to shame over here. I can't shoot with this eye. It's like I am very right eye dominant.
Yeah.
And so like I was doing what I needed to do, but I have a lazy eye. So my vision would start also getting blurry. And it was difficult for me to like not get eye fatigue very quickly shooting through a scope.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I was actively working against it, like trying to look away every chance I got and stay off my gun as much as possible until it was my turn to shoot. And I told Dawn, I was like, hey, dude, like let's start that way and go this way because the brass comes out this way and like he keeps pelting me and I have to be down there ready to go when it's like he's done. So I was like, this is hot. So
now, have you ever tried doing like different eye exercises? Have you researched that at all?
No, like literally got told glasses.
Okay, so that's like a thing. I think it's you know just like they're like, oh, you aren't feeling good, pills and needles, right? Same thing with like, oh, you're not seeing good, glasses. Next year, come get more powerful glasses, right? That was something I learned from John Dufresne. He talked about different eye exercises. Then I started researching it because my vision is horrible, so bad. And so that's something like I've been trying to do.
I want to see your boot camp picture.
Like, oh no!
From the Marine Corps, like how thick those Coke bottles were on like the BC glasses,
the birth control glasses. Mine. They said you got RCOs on your face. By the way, have you shot through an ACOG?
No.
Okay, so if you should go try an ACOG. I'll bet
actually, probably
in a long
because
time.
they were really popular.
Yep.
like Circuit Day 2010, 2012, 2014, that general era. And like I was taking a lot of rifle classes then. So I'm sure I have, but did not recognize it. And like, I know that this stuff isn't for fun and for enjoyment. I know that it is for training, and that's why I suck it up and I take classes for other stuff. But like, I did not ever see myself in a situation where I'm going to be shooting out past 200 yards.
Yep. Hopefully
So I
not.
was just like, if that's the least likely thing for me to do, then that's what I'm going to give the least amount of my focus to. If the most likely thing is my pistol, that's what I'm going to give the most focus to. Second most likely thing is the rifle. So that's what I gave the second most amount of focus to. And, but like I said, from an instructor position, you have to have a deeper understanding of all of it. So putting on my big girl pants and doing the stuff that is not in my wheelhouse. And so stepping way outside of my comfort zone for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, you should, find one of your dad's rifles with an ACOG, shoot some drills side by side with a scoped rifle, because an ACOG is a lot more forgiving.
Okay.
You know, like I think that's a big part
Like
of
the
why.
eye box?
Yeah, like all around, it's easier to use. It's still not as nice as a red dot, but like, because like when I learned like the most on how to shoot a rifle early on, it was in the Marine Corps. It was ACOGs, right?
Yeah.
Then like going to red dot for me was kind of weird, but now I'm kind of like from 0 to 200. I just want a red dot. I don't want anything else.
Yeah.
And especially from the 100 in, I don't want anything else. But scoped versus ACOG, you may find that like, oh, actually, if I'm going to have some sort of scopey thing, you might like an ACOG way better.
Okay. Because I did, I told you, like, I looked through the scope of the rifle next to me and I was like, whew, this is like incredible. And then I found out how much he paid for it and I was like, damn, better be incredible.
Yeah, he's got the poor hater 5,000 mounted on his gun.
Like, I have to explain to people, like, I am not in the same tax bracket as some of you. Like,
yeah, they're expensive.
yeah. It is about time. It's 1957. You guys have any, we might have missed questions. And no, like, I know that it might not be my gun. I can run, like, every pistol I've ever picked up, even the ones with all the extra buttons and sharp, pointy sides, like the fucking 1911. I ran those. You should throw those away. Get you a gun that's actually going to work. And so I felt comfortable with pistols, and I felt comfortable with, like, I could run an AR. Like, I know how to do it. But if I get to decide what gun I'm using, like, it will not be sharp, pointy ones in pistols, and it will not be an AR.
Yeah, I want a sharp, pointy rifle. Like
yeah,
an AK. AKs are cooler. They're way more fun.
They are. And they work. Like, when I was doing all of the contractor classes and stuff, like, I remember 07, 08, 09, like, ARs didn't make it through the contractor classes. And granted, this is when everybody and their damn mama thought that they could manufacture them. So the quality was all over the place. But, like, they didn't make it through. Guess what did? AKs. Guess what have always made it through? AKs. Like,
and your rental guns were Wassers.
Yeah.
And that, the joke on that is Wasser stands for what a shitty rifle. But honestly, they're fucking great.
They had thousands of rounds. Like, yes, we did eventually break them 100,000 rounds later. And, like, the only reason the U.S. ain't shooting, like, AKs in the military is because we didn't want to be like the Russians. Like,
yeah. Well, it's like, and
that's my joke. That might not be true, guys. Like, that shit. The internet will tell me if it's not. Like,
I was thinking of doing I texted you a video idea. It's like AK versus AR, but 2025. Because it's like, the other thing with that is, like, I tell people buy an AR just logistically. It's
you should
easier.
have one. I do have one. But, like,
but it's not as cool.
It's not. And after Defiant sent us the ammo to do the gel test with, like, Sherman come out, and me and Sherman did the gel test with them. Like, watching what a 5.56 round does to the human body versus what a 7.62 by 39 round does to the human body. Like, if I'm using my AK, it is because like it is a serious situation, and I would much rather have the wound canal from the 7.62 by 39 than the 5.56. I do understand that the AR-15 is a more well-rounded gun. Like, it takes you a lot further distances. Like, it does more things, except work when it gets really fucking dirty. And I'm like, I need it to work.
Now, something I talked to Pete the other day. Something that like I'm like, dude, why aren't you telling people this? He's got this special club. Does anyone know what that's called? Oh, big help, guys. Thank you. Anyways, he's got this club you can join. If you look at his Instagram, you can find it. But he's got ammo that he is selling to those members that you can't get online. So like, I think he had 38 special load, like some stuff where he's like, I don't have the box, so I'm not gonna put it out. I'm like, dude, tell people, because like, you know, and
like, I'm just gonna take it out of the box and put it into a gun. So I don't really care about the box.
Like a lot of the people you're selling to don't give a fuck about boxes.
Defiant Elite members. It's the Elite Club.
Thank you, thank you, Max Lozana and Josh DeWalt. You guys are awesome. Much more help than these folk.
Well, guys, it is 8:01, and
we just got started.
We didn't even talk about the range update. We got the camper clean. We were terrified of finding snakes, and I got the happiest surprise ever when we lifted the camper up. A bunch of baby turtles were under there. So like Joey propped the camper up on the thing, and I was like, I gotta save the turtles. So I climbed under it and like pulled all of the turtles out and was handing them to Brad to go release off the area so that we wouldn't run them over. I have a picture. We're gonna do a range update video, and I'll post the picture in there. But there were like 15 or 20, and they were adorable.
Oh,
so made my whole day. Alrighty, guys, that's it. Show up for alumni. Show up for the pistol cheat codes. Show up for, what are we calling the thing Saturday?
Gunfight Club.
Gunfight Club.
But gun is in parentheses.
But like, you're not supposed to talk about that. So I think we found it.
No, I want, because I'm charging $20. I want my $20. All right, tell everyone.
$20 is $20.
Yeah,
like,
I'm $20. No, talk about it.
He's like, what else is
only
worth
bring cool
$20?
people though.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna do the Gunfight Club Saturday, Bonfire Saturday. Show up for the very first red dot pistol, crutch, or tool Monday and Tuesday. And remember, this is the way.
This is the way.
Y'all guys, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. I'm gonna press that stop button.